Hey there, quirky folks! I'm your host, Anna, and today we'll try to recast the entire Justice League lineup that James Gunn will assemble in the next few years. The likes of Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa were really great casting choices for their DC characters. But Henry Cavill is officially out as James Gunn has a new vision for Superman. And since WB heads didn't prefer Patty's treatment of Wonder Woman 3, we can be sure that Gal Gadot is out too. James Gunn hasn't made any announcements about Gal Gadot yet because Wonder Woman is supposed to appear in Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And the same goes for Zachary Levi's Shazam and Jason Momoa's Aquaman. Everyone will lose interest in these movies if they find out that they have no future. So, an announcement of everyone's retirement post-Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom cannot be made just yet. But if Cavill is out, then we can be sure that everyone is going. WB can't just kick out the likes of Cavill and Dwayne Johnson and then retain Mr. Burglar here. Everyone is going, and every character will be recast in Gunn's new interconnected universe. So looking at the future, let's start with some names who could join the new Justice League roster. At number 1, we've got Alan Ritson as Batman. Even though Robert Pattinson is the Batman right now, his Batverse is confirmed to exist outside James Gunn's DCEU. At the same time, Gunn has also confirmed that Batman will play a big role in his DCU. So we'll definitely get a new Batman besides Pattinson. But since Pattinson's Caped Crusader is in his early days, Gunn could go on a different path.
They can give us the power to endure and the strength to fight.
He used an experienced Batman who is in his prime but isn't very old, and I think Alan Ritson is just perfect for that. So far, he has been known for playing Hawk on DC's Titan and Jack Reacher on Prime Video's Reacher. He is also set to play one of the villains in Fast X. But this big guy could be an insanely badass Batman, and he proves that with Reacher. He has an amazing face for Bruce Wayne, and his physique is exactly what a bulky comic-accurate Batman would need. On top of that, he is just 41 years old now and could continue for at least a decade. He could be the kind of Batman that Zack Snyder envisioned Ben Affleck to be. In fact, with his naturally huge physique, he could be even better. While Robert Pattinson continues to play Batman in his solo movies, Alan Ritson could be the Batman who appears in DCU's crossover movies. And when he becomes popular enough, he could get his own solo movie after Pattinson gets done with a trilogy at least. Next up, we've got Jensen Ackles as Aquaman. More than anyone, Jason Momoa doesn't deserve to be recast as Aquaman. But since it has to happen, we've got no choice but to choose a new name. And I think Jensen Ackles could play a great Aquaman. So far, people have loved Jensen Ackles in Supernatural, but many fans had newfound love for his portrayal of Soldier Boy in The Boys. And now I firmly believe that his bearded look would be perfect for Aquaman as well. He could offer a very different version of Aquaman than Momoa. But I'd like to suggest another option. Hey James Gunn, if you're watching this, then I'd say that you could even switch Alan Ritson and Jensen Ackles for Batman and Aquaman. Both of them can play each other's characters really well and give us a very unique and brutal performance. Now before moving forward, I'd love it if you guys would hit those like and subscribe buttons to help support our channel. Having said that, I am suggesting Liam Hemsworth or Jacob Elordi for Superman. James Gunn stated that he is looking for a young actor to play Superman. So his choice has to be an actor in his late 20s or very early 30s. And I believe that either Jacob Elordi or Liam Hemsworth could offer us a great young Clark Kent. They're over 6 feet 3 inches tall and young enough to carry the role for 10 to 20 years pretty easily. So, either of them would be great for Clark Kent. But since Liam Hemsworth just replaced Henry Cavill as The Witcher, it would be cruel if he does that with Superman as well. So, my pick for this round is Jacob Elordi, who is just 25 years of age and is popular for his roles in Euphoria and the Kissing Booth movies. Next up, I've got Isa Gonzalez as Wonder Woman. Her first role of recognition came in Hobbs & Shaw. Then she starred as the female lead in Vin Diesel's Bloodshot and Michael Bay's Ambulance. She is set to star alongside Henry Cavill in Guy Ritchie's World War II action spy movie. So, this tells us that she is Hollywood's next and upcoming A-lister. But her career could take a massive jump if she gets picked up as the new Wonder Woman. The Mexican actress totally has what it takes to play Diana, and it would be a very diverse casting choice that's similar to Sasha Calle's Supergirl.
Are you in?
Now for the next member of Justice League, I've got Joseph Quinn as the Flash. With what Ezra Miller has been up to in the real world, the Flash will surely be recast, and there are quite a few good names that come to mind. Lucas Till from X-Men First Class and Apocalypse would be a great Barry Allen. George McKay from 1917 would be another great choice. But my real pick would be the Stranger Things star Joseph Quinn. People fell in love with his Eddie Munson. But since his Stranger Things future is not certain, he could go on to become the next big screen Barry Allen. Now for the next choice, I'd offer Trevante Rhodes as Green Lantern. This team needs a bit of diversity, so instead of Hal Jordan, James Gunn could start with Jon Stewart instead.
Whatever price I have to pay, I'm okay with it.
Then he could eventually introduce a Hal Jordan as well. But first, it should be Jon Stewart, and I'd love it if Trevante Rhodes plays the part. He is another 32-year-old who could carry the role for several years. Moonlight was his breakout role, but he recently impressed everyone playing Mike Tyson in Hulu's biopic series Mike, and I could see him as one of DCEU's Green Lanterns in the coming future. Up next I've got John Cena as Shazam. I know that so far, John Cena has been living and breathing as Peacemaker. But since everyone is being recast, James Gunn might have to let go of Peacemaker, no matter how good he was. But Gunn has a history of recasting the actors he previously worked with, so I believe that John Cena could get recast. Before Peacemaker, Cena revealed that he tried for many roles and got rejected. One of those roles was Shazam, which I think could be a great pickup for Cena. It would have been nice if Cena had turned into Shazam and fought The Rock's Black Adam. But that WWE rivalry cannot continue in the DCU anymore because Johnson's Black Adam won't continue. Now that doesn't mean Cena shouldn't get recast. Now for my last member of Justice League, I'd like to pitch John Boyega as Cyborg. Ray Fisher did well as Cyborg, but he did his career absolutely no favors when he called out Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns. And then he picked a very public battle with Walter Hamada. So he definitely won't return as Cyborg, and I've picked John Boyega instead. He starred in the latest Star Wars trilogy and also appeared as the lead in Pacific Rim 2. So I presume that he could be a pretty good Cyborg as well. And with him, my list of the core Justice League recasts is complete. But before I end the video, I'd like to leave you with an honorable mention, Jason Momoa as Lobo. I know that Lobo isn't a part of the Justice League, but rumor has it that James Gunn is pretty interested in seeing Momoa become Lobo. As I mentioned, Momoa may not be able to play Aquaman after his second movie. So, playing Lobo could be his way forward in the superhero genre. Okay, that's all for now. Once again, I'd leave you with the reminder of clicking those like and subscribe buttons if you prefer our recasting choices. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.